7 body language cues that scream, "I want you from a woman's POV." Women have a secret way of expressing desire without ever saying a word. It's subtle, almost undetectable, unless you know exactly what to look for. Most guys go through life completely unaware of these signals, and because of that, they miss out on opportunities sitting right in front of them. By the end of this video, you'll understand the hidden cues women use when they're truly into you. And trust me, once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. Plus stick around until the end, because I've got a bonus sign that's even more powerful than the others. And once you recognize it, you'll never second-guess attraction again. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to Ema, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. One, she subtly exposes the soft part of her wrist while talking. This might seem random, but it's actually a powerful subconscious cue. When a woman is interested in you, she'll naturally expose her wrists, whether it's by tucking her hair behind her ear, adjusting her bracelet, or even absent-mindedly rolling up her sleeves. Now, why does this matter? The wrist area has delicate soft skin, and exposing it is a subconscious display of vulnerability and openness. In psychology, open body language, especially exposing sensitive areas, like the wrists or neck, is a strong indicator of trust and attraction. It's her body's way of saying, "I feel safe with you." Notice how a woman might rest her chin on her wrist, letting her palm face toward you while smiling. That's no accident. It's an instinctive signal, saying, "I'm comfortable around you and I want you to notice me now." Here's the key. This sign is subtle. She's not going to throw her wrists at you dramatically, but if you pay attention, you'll notice it happening when she's fully engaged in the conversation. 2, she positions her body in a way that leans into. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone seems fully locked in, like they're completely dialed into your energy? Well, if a woman is into you, her body will naturally align itself with yours. If she's facing you directly, with her feet, shoulders, and hips all pointed toward you, that's already a great sign. But if she also leans in while talking, especially in a casual setting, that's an even bigger signal. Why does this matter? Because leaning in is an unconscious way of closing the gap between two people. When someone feels comfortable, engaged, and interested, their body naturally moves toward what they're drawn to. On the other hand, if she's leaning away, angling her body slightly to the side, or crossing her arms, that's usually a sign she's not fully invested in the interaction. Now here's how you can spot this in action. Imagine you're sitting across from her at a cafe. At first, she's just relaxed, enjoying the conversation. But as things get more engaging, you start noticing that she's slowly moving closer, resting her elbows on the table, maybe even angling her face toward yours. That's not just casual posture. That's her body instinctively pulling her toward you. 3, her breathing syncs with yours without her realizing it. This one is pure psychology when a woman is drawn to you. Something fascinating happens. Her breathing pattern naturally starts to match yours. This is called physiological mirroring, and it's one of the most subconscious but powerful indicators of deep attraction. Why does this happen? It's an evolutionary response when two people feel emotionally and physically in sync. Their bodies instinctively try to match each other's rhythms, breathing posture, even heart rate. It's the same reason why couples who've been together for years often start moving and speaking alike. Now here's the crazy part, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. Her body is naturally mirroring you because on a subconscious level, she feels connected. Try this the next time you're with her. Pay attention to how she breathes. If you slow your breathing down lightly and she unconsciously follows, that's a dead giveaway. Her attraction to you is real. You're sitting across from her having a conversation. You take a deep breath and seconds later, she does too, without even thinking about it. That's not just a coincidence. That's deep attraction at play. She maintains prolonged eye contact with a slight smirk. Eye contact is one of the most powerful, unspoken signals of attraction, and if a woman holds your gaze for longer than a few seconds, she's telling you something without saying a word. Here's why this is so important. Prolonged eye contact triggers dopamine, release the same chemical responsible for feelings of pleasure and connection. It's why two people can look at each other across a room and feel an instant spark without a single word being exchanged. But what makes it even more interesting? The smirk, that subtle knowing smile that lingers just for a moment before she looks away. That, yes, playfulness and confidence wrapped into one. It's her way of saying, I see you, and I like what I see. If she looks at you, holds eye contact for a second longer than necessary, and then glances away with a slight smile, that's not an accident. That's her enjoying the tension, waiting to see what you'll do next. And here's a little tip if you want to test her attraction. Hold her gaze for just 1 extra second before smiling back. If she reacts with a blush, a giggle, or starts playing with her hair, you just won the game of unspoken attraction. 5. She tilts her head and plays with her hair. This one is almost universal when a woman is interested. She tilts her head slightly while listening to you. It might not seem like much, but in body language, this is a powerful signal. It subtly exposes the side of her neck, which is a display of trust and vulnerability. But here's where it gets even more interesting. If she also starts playing with her hair, twirling it around her fingers, running her hand through it, or lightly touching the ends, that's a nervous excitement cue. Why does this happen? Well, playing with hair isn't just a random habit. It actually releases pheromones, the chemicals responsible for attraction. It's subconscious, preying her way of drawing attention to herself, making sure she looks her best in front of you. Next time you're talking to a woman, watch for the head tilt while she smiles if she also touches her hair. At the same time, that's a double confirmation she's into you, and she's probably not even aware of how obvious it is. 6. Her body remains completely open toward you. No barriers. Have you ever noticed how some people seem closed off during conversations? Their arms are crossed, their body is turned slightly away. Maybe they're clutching their phone like a shield. That's not a good sign, but when a woman likes you, her body language is completely different. She'll sit or stand with her arms uncrossed her torso, facing you directly and her legs relaxed, all signs of being comfortable, engaged, and open to you. Why is this so important? Because our body language reveals our true emotions whether we realize it or not. A closed-off posture, crossed arms, turning away, keeping objects between you, signals discomfort or lack of interest. But when a woman likes you, her body is inviting you in. Imagine this, you're sitting across from her at a restaurant. Her body is completely facing you. She's leaning in slightly and she's not clutching her purse or drink like a protective barrier. That's a clear green light. And here's an easy way to test this. If you subtly shift your position, does she adjust to keep facing you? If the answer is yes, you've got her full attention. 7, she finds excuses to touch you in seemingly accidental ways. This is one of the strongest signs of attraction, and one that's almost impossible to fake. When a woman likes you, she'll find ways to create physical contact, even if it seems completely casual. Maybe she brushes her hand against yours while reaching for something. Maybe she lightly touches your arm while laughing, or maybe she finds a reason to fix your collar or adjust a piece of lint on your shirt. These small gestures may seem harmless, but they're actually her way of creating a connection. Why does this happen? Because touch releases oxytocin, also known as the bonding hormone. It's the same chemical responsible for deep emotional connections, and the more she touches you, the more she feels drawn to you. But here's the key. This isn't just about the touch itself, it's also a way for her to test your reaction. If you respond positively, maybe by smiling, holding eye contact, or lightly reciprocating, she'll feel even more comfortable around you. So next time you're with her, pay attention. If she accidentally places her hand on yours for a second too long, gently nudges you in a playful way, or find small reasons to make physical contact. Those little touches aren't so accidental now. Before we get into the bonus sign, let's do something fun. If you've made it this far, drop the word magnetic in the comments. It lets me know you're one of the real ones who actually watches till the end, and trust me, I appreciate you for it, all right? As a thank you for sticking around, here's your bonus sign, and this one is even more powerful than the rest. Bonus. She subtly mirrors your movements. This is one of the most overlooked but most undeniable cues of attraction. If a woman is into you, she will subconsciously mimic your actions. She'll take a sip of her drink when you do shift her posture to match yours, or even start using similar words and expressions. Why does this happen? It's called laic synchrony, a psychological phenomenon where people naturally mirror the movements of those they feel connected to. Studies show that mirroring increases rapport and attraction, making interactions feel effortless and natural. Want to test it? Next time you're with her, subtly scratch your chin or adjust your posture if she does the same a few seconds later. Congratulations, she's completely drawn to you. Now that you know these cues, start paying attention, because they're happening around you more than you think. When a woman likes you, she'll show it in ways she doesn't even realize. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It helps us grow and lets YouTube know this content is worth recommending. And if you're new here, subscribe for more daily insights on attraction, dating, and confidence. We've also handpicked a video for you. It's on your screen right now. Watch that next, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.